issues and the benefits and the salaries. And I hope the recommendations, maybe the recommendations that came out of that, because I was on that with you, are implemented. And it's been noted that the average salary for the average resident of Miami-Dade County is about $30,000 to $35,000. And I'm looking, and I just pulled up just one of the unions, and the local salaries are the average base annual salary, the base is 50, 50, 45, 42, 70, 72, 69, 62, 97, 49, 5, 85, 9. Now I know that there are many people who don't fall into that as well, especially when you have a gentleman who was here today making the $20,000. So I do think that the 5% across the board maybe isn't necessarily fair, because it just more negatively impacts those that are under a certain threshold in salary. But then there's another issue, and I would agree with Commissioner Bovo. Yeah, yes, I want to be creative and take a look at what can we do differently. How can we start incrementally giving back percentages to where eventually it equals up to the 5%. But I voted to keep the taxes flat. I voted not to raise the taxes. And so here we are, knowing, and that was told to us multiple times, that we were going to have a budget shortfall. And as I take a look, that the numbers were actually worse than we thought they were going to be. And it's not my job to sell the administration's job. It's their job, but the numbers are the numbers. And when I looked at, we have a deeper shortfall than we even thought in many of our districts, including fire rescue, library district, and general fund. It concerns me that we could be setting this county up and the taxpayers up for a fall, and a bigger fall than what we're experiencing right now. And the county is a very good employer. And one of the gentlemen that came up here earlier today, when he came up, one of the very, very first speakers, he was saying, and he volunteered, that he only makes $22 an hour. I know a lot of people that would love to make $22 an hour. That's $880 a week. And that was just his salary without any benefits. I recognize that any give back is a struggle. I know that any give back is a struggle. I mean, when my husband was plumbing, his salary was cut extremely by about 30 to 40%. Then they took away health care. Then they took away vacation days. They took away everything because it was very hard on the company. We cannot do that. We should never do that in Miami-Dade County. And our employees are valued. They are our best asset. And that's the struggle. This is the struggle, that we have these wonderful employees and we do want to treat them well. And this is difficult. But then again, I know that we pay very well for the most part. I know there's always that bottom level, bottom of the rung salaried employee. And we talked about that. But I'm troubled because I voted to keep the taxes flat. I voted for that. So, this is my dilemma. And I don't know how I can say to the 2.5 million taxpayers of Miami-Dade County, which includes the employees, that if we do this, we are going to eventually have to raise taxes. There's just no doubt about it. We can't sustain another $100 million loss, and certainly out of the reserves and the general fund reserves to boot. So, Madam Chair, that's really all I have to say. To me, it's a dilemma. It's once again, it's very, very difficult. By the way, also one of the other gentlemen that came up here that was very angry was a mechanic, one of the mechanics working for transit, and he makes $70,000 a year. And I recognize that if you make, well, it was $68,643, and I did a quick calculation. That's $3,400 a year out of his pocket, and I think that's a big chunk. That's a big chunk, $3,400 out of your pocket. But then I recognize that most people don't make $70,000. So this is the dilemma. This is the dilemma I face, because I represent many people who are really, really struggling out there. So this is the dilemma. Now, would I be in favor of returning the entire 5%? No. No, I would not. A percentage of that, let's see what happens. Let's see what comes out of here. But I tell you what, I think that if we're going to propose something, we really should also provide a way to pay for it. I don't think it's, proper on us. And 1%, 2%, that might be feasible. Where are we going to get the funds? But I voted to keep the taxes flat. I voted that. I bear the responsibility of that. So how can I now turn around and say, oh, sure, let's just give back the 5%? I feel like that would be irresponsible to give the entire 5% back. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Moss.